Hello and welcome to the Pop Culture Gamers podcast. Today we've got a video unboxing of something really good for your Oculus or Meta Quest 2. It's from VR Cover and it's their fitness facial interface and form set for the Oculus Quest 2. So what this is, if you can see on the front of the box there, is we have a faceplate, we have a couple of pads that go on our faces, and we also have the sort of like glasses area, and there's a nose point as well which stops light from leaking in, because one of the key issues with the Oculus Quest, this is my own, is this area here. Anybody who's used an Oculus Quest will know when you've been playing on the Oculus, you will need to be in a light environment in order for the IR sensor to work, and you will get light leakage in here, and it can sometimes be distracting if you're in a really bright environment. So the idea behind this is it replaces all of this bit, gives you something that's a little bit thinner than this but still gives plenty of padding, and then it will obviously move your eyes slightly further forward because this is really quite thick. And what it will do is, obviously we've got these lenses with the rings on them, and the closer that you are to those, the better field of view that you will get, and also the less impact that you will get from the distortion around the edges. So that's the idea behind this. So this is a pack that you can actually buy online. This isn't a sponsored link in any way, shape or form. I've purchased this with my own money. I'm just showing you guys what you think, because I was looking for something that's a bit of an alternative. Because the other problem with the Oculus Quest 2, if you look in here, I've got the spacer for glasses, because my son sometimes uses my Oculus Quest when I'm showing him stuff and he wears glasses all the time. So I don't want his glasses to touch the lenses. If they do that, they start scratching, that's game over for the Oculus Quest until you can get fix the lenses, which is very difficult. So I put in a spacer. I always use a spacer, and then I have obviously the front part of the cover. What this will do is it will narrow the gap, so I will have to be very careful if my son uses this. But here, all of you, when you start playing Beat Saber or anything that's really, really energetic, you're going to sweat or perspire, whatever it is that you want to call it, and that's the only channel that can go through is leaking through here, which is can be very uncomfortable when you've got like sweat dripping off the end of your nose when you're in the middle of a Beat Saber session. So what this does is it has some grooves in to let some of the water out as well. But this will replace all of this. This is very easy to take off. All you do is you just literally, it clips off like so, and that's that. Obviously what I've got on here is I've got the rubber backing, but this is the foam version on there. Personally, I found that using this faceplate with the foam, it was just absolutely horrible, and it really felt like the foam went quite disgusting quite quickly. So I put on the rubber because it's easy to wipe and clean. So let's have a look in terms of what we get in the box. So in the box we have a few things. I've already opened this, so don't be surprised by the fact that some of this is already loose, but it's quite nicely packaged. First thing we get are these. Now this might look like something that you're going to put on over your face when you go to bed on a night if you have trouble with bright lights, and it's kind of that idea, but it's not really for your eyes. What it is actually for is for the Quest itself. And all that we do is we use them to protect the lenses. It's as simple as that. Very effective though, because these can get scratched. Once they're scratched, yeah, I think it's very difficult to actually replace the lenses. I don't think many places offer that as a service. You might be able to restore it in some way, but it's going to start to ruin the effect of the Quest. So if you're not using it, obviously I've just got the normal strap on. These can hit on here if you're not careful, and that can start to damage your lenses. So it's best if you can put something over, and then if that starts to hit on there, it's not really going to do the same level of damage. So that's the first thing that you get in the box. You get obviously a little bit of instructions on how to fit the next bit, but this is the main thing I was wanting to talk to you about. So this faceplate here has this nose guard on, and as you can see, it's all rubberized, and it sort of like encloses, and your nose would go through here. When you look at the actual Oculus one, there is a big difference between the two. Obviously, as you can see, you get a lot of light leakage around your nose here. This one's idea is to cut all of that light leakage out, because as you put the headset on, then your nose will come through like so, and then this will wrap around all of that. But not only that, this rubber will then divert all of the sweat that's coming down from your forehead down your nose into these grooves, which come straight out of the other side, and then so will go down your cheeks rather than pooling at the end of your nose and making it feel like you've got a really bad cold. So that's the first thing. You get a microfiber cloth. It's always best to use a microfiber cloth to clean your lenses so it doesn't scratch. Obviously, this is obviously advertising the VR lens lab, because if you've got eyewear, so if you wear glasses, you can get custom lenses to go on your Oculus Quest 2, and all that they do is they will sit over the lens. You just clip onto the top, and then you will be able to see normally without wearing glasses while wearing a headset, because let's face it, do you really want to wear the headset and glasses as well? So that's quite a nice little thing that you can actually buy from them, so I would suggest that you do that as well. Okay, so the next thing, we have the thicker of the two face covers. So this is a bit that makes contact with your skin and goes on the inside of this bit, and as you can see on here, there's this funny little pattern here, 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 here and here. This is sort of like microfiber, velcros sort of thing, and it will grip, and all that you do is fit it on that side, because that's where it's got all of the other grippy sort of stuff. And there is a thinner version as well, so if you're not using glasses and you want to maybe get a slightly better field of view, because obviously the closer that you are to the lens, the less distortion that you will get, and the less distortion that you will get, the better field of view that you will get from there. So you can actually, by moving your eye, you know, physically closer to the lens, just even by a few millimeters, will increase your width of your view, but it will also move your eye closer to all of these little circles that are on the lens there, and all of those help focus the eye as well. So the closer that you are to the dead center of each of those, the better. Obviously, if you didn't know, on the Oculus Quest you can actually move these in and out as well. There are a few different settings for you to be able to do that. So installation of this is really simple. I'm not going to use the thin one. You also get this as well, which is a disposable hygiene cover for the Oculus Quest. So if you want to have a more sort of like fabric feel, if you don't like the feeling of the contact of the rubber on your skin, you can put this on there as well. I'm really not going to bother with that. I just don't think there's any need. I don't have a problem with the rubber feel on my skin like that. So let's have a look and see how we install this. This is dead easy. At the moment, I have the glasses adapter ring on my Oculus. I'm going to keep that on there. You don't need to take that on or off. If you, like I said, my son uses glasses, so it just gives that extra little bit of security. To fit this, all we need to do is just line it up with the Oculus Quest 2, and then just sort of really press down, make sure we've got it in the right areas. It'll click in place when it's right. This isn't quite right yet. First time I did this, it went really well. This time it's obviously proving to be a bit more of a problem, but it's not really that difficult. There we are. just a little bit of wiggling it around a little bit, you'll get there. Obviously, wiggling it around a bit is a technical term not to be used by amateurs. So next, all we do is taking that off there again. We put this on. Different ways you can put it on. I'm just going to try going for the center of it and sort of rolling it around on there like that, and then you just don't really need to press on very hard because that Velcro is really grippy. And then you can align it so that that's gone on quite well straight away. Gives this sort of like very nice sort of padded point of view. And then all I'm going to do, pop those on the top just to make sure that my Oculus Quest lenses are nicely prepared. And there we have it. We've got a nice little adapter also. It looks quite cool, the fact that there's that blue. I chose the blue. There are different colours that you can have, but I quite like the look of the blue. So another thing that you can actually do is update your controllers as well. There are different types of ways of upgrading controllers, and this is what I've done to mine. I've added this handle on here because what I found personally is when I'm playing, I quite often forget to put this on, whereas this way of using a controller sort of like makes me have my controller on there. So if you're doing a Beat Saber session, you can just let your hand go for a second and then re-grab, which is quite nice. But this is an all-in-one sort of like system. What it does is, as you can see, it just clips on over there, and then you just take off the area where the battery is. So in terms of this, it comes with this little sort of like battery door built into the controller. There is normally a piece of plastic that goes over here. You just take that off. Very easy to do. You have to do that in order to be able to change the battery anyway. And then you just slip your controller over, and then you can close the door on that, and that's done. And then make sure that you just fasten those little catches over there. These are inexpensive. I think that they're less than £20, or about £20-25 depending on where you buy them. I got these from Amazon, and they've got that Velcro grip. What I would suggest though is don't pull that too much, because that feels like a point of failure in this part of it to me. But it is quite a nice little addition. It does mean it feels like you've got the Quest controllers nicely in your hand there, and they're not gonna fall off. The other thing about Quest, especially if you're playing in a very limited sort of areas, is in relation to hitting things. Now, these are very tough controllers, don't get me wrong, but what I've done just to take away a little bit of the impact is I've bought this ring. This ring is designed to go with the Quest controllers. It's very easy. I think they're about £10 or £15, something like that. I'll put the links in the description anyway, so that you can see where they are, and they just clip on like so. Literally take a second to do, and then they'll just stay on. They just don't fall off at all. Really good. They've cushioned quite a lot of blows in terms of these controllers now, because they do get a bit of whacking when you're throwing your arms around and you accidentally catch a wall or a door or something or other that you're standing closer than you realise to. So a really good addition as well. But that's what I've done with my Steam Deck controllers. Again, both of these are from Kiwi. These changes in terms of the headset is from VR Cover. It's a website you can go to. These ones you would just buy straight off Amazon or anything like that. You can buy these off Amazon as well, but I went to their website rather than on Amazon. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video, and come back next time because we've got a couple of really good videos. First one is Star Trek The Motion Picture, the Director's Cut, the Complete Adventure 4K Ultra HD pack for you to be able to see, and we've also got a Steam Deck. So come back soon. Bye now.